Welcome to the Upshot, Oldie World Disc Golf's podcast about the latest in the disc golf world. I'm the editor, Charlie Eisenhood. Joining me is Josh Mansfield on this Thursday, August 21st. We are one day before the start of the LWS Open at Idlewild, aka Idlewild, and we are ready to go for a tournament, Josh, that has been a very interesting one. A lot of surprise winners. A lot of, not a lot of repeat winners for a long time. I mean, Paige kind of ran the show here for a while back, pre-COVID, but since COVID, it's been new winners all the time. And, sometimes first-time winners.
It makes sense, too, though. This course is one of the most wooded courses on tour. It is... A lot of the holes are not nearly as long as some of our other wooded courses these days. It is a true old-fashioned, you are brutally tight fairways, and if you miss your line, you are quickly punished. It's a lot of fun to watch, but it does reward a different skill set than is typically tested on a week-to-week basis. It also has tended to fall in a spot on the calendar where it sometimes gets a little bit less attendance than normal, but generally is fairly well attended. So you have good players who win, and you're yeah, it makes sense that you got your first win here, but not so much that it's oh my gosh, so and so won, won this tournament. That's unbelievable. It's a nice balance. It's really a perfect woods tournament that I think is in a good spot on the schedule. So.
I mean, this is one of the longest standing
Pro Tour
events.
This is an OG.
And there's really no reason to take it off the calendar.
None.
It's in a good spot geographically, right outside of Cincinnati. It's a very interesting course, even if maybe it's starting to feel a little soft by 2025 standards. It's still a super interesting woods course. Some of the shots are so good. I really like that. I never remember any hole numbers. It's just how I am. But there's the one where you're starting up kind of teeing off from high, and it's a big driving tee shot, kind of left to right, and you can really bite off some distance. There's some really cool technical shots. There's the interesting turf green in the woods, and I'll never forget Joey Buckets almost walking this tournament off, from a knee, throwing from the edge of the 18th fairway, kind of just inside the wood line, and laser beam shot to ice the tournament last year. It was awesome.
Charlie, Ledgestone has always kicked off kind of the legacy events where it goes Ledgestone, Idlewild, D-Glow, GMC, MVP, USDGC. I mean, those are events that have been in some capacity or another a central part of a professional player's schedule for well before I was involved in the sport, and it's a reason why Idlewild, just because like you said, it fits geographically, it fits with the schedule, it fits kind of with the theme of what this back third of the season is always like.
Curious that you didn't include the Tour Championship in the list that you just gave me.
What?
Let's talk about it, because this is an interesting moment in both golf and disc golf, as everyone is trying to figure out how to structure the end of the season. We talked about this a couple of months ago. The PGA Tour has decided to eliminate the starting strokes advantage that they do for their Tour Championship, which has similarly been plagued by a lot of people saying that it's a ridiculous format, that it's they've never gotten it right, it's never worked. So 30 players qualify for the Tour Championship in pro golf, and they're now this year they're just playing regular stroke play. So there's no, I'm not deep in the weeds, but there is basically no advantage to having played well during the season. And so I don't know why this is so hard to make it work, but as soon as like disc golf's tried a bunch of stuff and none of it really stuck, and so then they went to they just copied PGA Tour, and then as soon as they copied the PGA Tour is like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So what, like, I don't know what the answer is for golf, but like thinking about for disc golf, what is the solution here? The only thing that kept the Tour Championship interesting last year is that Gannon and Ricky were playing so well, and they had that incredible round 2 that was just like mind-melting quality of play. Obviously Rick, like, devastating loss, and it was just like Gannon finished him. And the thing is, though, just like that event has never been that interesting or that good or that well attended by fans. So what can they do? Like, as the PGA Tour is going into this moment where they're probably going to be rethinking this again for next season, what can the Pro Tour do, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, to try to make this event feel like it matters?
Oh, man, it's so hard to answer that because it suffers. You know what I think is the biggest barrier to the Pro Tour Championship mattering? It's the fact that it comes right after USDGC.
Absolutely.
That's it. And I've thought so much about this, and I just honestly don't know if there is an answer. I really don't. How do you compete with what is like fully accepted as the second most important major in the world, a tournament that has 25 years of history or longer, and like how it's longer than that, but how do you compete with that? How do you compete
and is happening in the same metro area?
And is in the same metro area. Like, there's just no way that the Pro Tour Championship is ever going to be the crown jewel of that month. Like, it just isn't. And so I think
I will say, as you continue considering, they are doing the smart thing of moving the tournament out of Charlotte.
Yes.
Now, it's still generally in the same part of the country. I think a lot of people may still choose to go to USDGC over the Pro Tour Championship, but they're going back to Lynchburg, Virginia, where they had Worlds last year and obviously had a ton of fans out there. And it does feel like a pretty good spot. So, like, that I think is a positive, because if nothing else, like, you're probably going to improve spectator numbers simply by not being in Charlotte.
Yeah, definitely. I think here's what I think is the best thing, in my opinion, though. I'm not sure what the answer is for the format. I do have a really I do have kind of a couple of proposals that I think might be interesting, but here's what I think needs to be the case. Money, because the Pro Tour Championship is big for, like, prize, right? Like, that's their thing. They should just be season bonuses. They should not be dependent on the Pro Tour Championship. At the end of MVP, wherever your placement is, congratulations, here's your $30,000 check for being the best player of the season. If you do that, you completely shed the obligation of, we have to make it so that it is rewarding for the players who played the best, with that, while still trying to make it compelling. It just becomes what's the most interesting play. That's it. And that, I think, it's freeing, it's easy, it makes it so much better. And then you can do whatever you want with the format.
I think I'm on board with this, because this has been the problem, right? It's like any format that you choose that, like, overweights randomness or variance feels unfair,
as it has in the past.
Yes. Right. So, as fun as it is for Nathan Queen to win a Pro Tour Championship, it didn't feel totally fair.
Yeah.
In the sense that, I'm not to take away anything from Nathan Queen.
No, but
he advanced through a zillion rounds.
He did.
And the guys got the advantage of not having to play until the semis if they were the top, 8 ranked or whatever it was. But it still just was kind of like, okay, like why doesn't the players who finished the best during the season like get an automatic benefit from that? Mm-hmm. So, the starting strokes thing, I think more or less does that. I mean, it's a huge thumb on the scale for the players who are already the best. But it also then devalues the tournament and makes it feel like the people who are starting at 0 strokes trying to catch Gannon, who's got a 10-shot lead. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
So that sucks from a competitive standpoint. I will say, I think that I agree with you. I think if you go bonuses just straight up, and then you can do whatever you want with this tournament.
Exactly.
If you want to do some crazy like stroke play into match play, or you want to just have a regular tournament that like has big payouts, and you can reduce the payout levels.
Yeah.
While still making it like big.
Right.
Because you're paying out bonuses to the top whatever.
Yeah.
20. I don't really know. I don't care that much about what those numbers are.
I don't either.
But I think it's like it's just hard to make it work right now.
Yeah. In a world where we get rid of those bonuses, I would be the thing that I want to see that I think would be that would be the most interesting, that exists a little bit in like other formats. I would want to see something that has like a little bit of like gamesmanship. Like if you want to say only one guy advances from each card, and then let the top players pick their card as a reward for season performance, that's fun to me, right? And every round, so Gannon gets to go in and he gets to pick, these are the 3 guys that I want to play against, and if he wins, he advances. I mean, that to me, it creates drama, right? It really does. But and you laugh, Charlie, but like that's actually a thing in some esports where they take, so they send top 8. So top 8 are in the playoffs. Top seed gets to pick their matchup and who they want for round 1.
They've tried a different thing every year for this tournament. I would watch
not?
that. I would see how it goes.
Right. And then you set the bracket where you put like, so if let's say Gannon's the number 1 seed, can anybody even catch him? Hypothetically, yeah. I know, crazy concept. So Gannon's the number 1 seed. He picks his 3 guys, right? And then the 2 seed is on the opposite side of the bracket.
Sure.
And so whoever advances out of that pool, they just follow the bracket from there. Yeah, and you could even do like 3-player cards. And so it's a little bit better odds to get through, a little bit faster pace of play. I'd watch something like that without a doubt. I think that'd be a blast to watch.
Something different is good. Now, credit to the Pro Tour. Not only did they move the venue, but they also changed the playoff rules this year.
Yes.
Just reminding everybody, because we're getting close. GMC still like a lot, basically anybody relevant gets into GMC as the first playoff event, which fair enough. I mean, it's like top 100 or something. So like, you have to have some threshold. Then they cut it down just like they have in the past, but the cuts are a little more severe now. It's 80 and 40 for MVP. But it's only top 72 and top 36 to get auto qualifiers for MPO, FPO. Then the other spots are filled by the top finishers at GMC.
Yeah.
And then they do the same thing for the Tour Championship. So the top 28 in the standings auto qualify for MPO, top 18 for FPO, and they hold 4 MPO spots and 2 FPO spots for whoever finishes the highest at MVP that hasn't already auto qualified. Hey, Josh, it sounds like actual playoffs.
It's actual playoffs. MVP actually has some real drama involved here.
So
the qualification.
I'm a big fan. I feel like it's going to make the it's going to be a challenge for the coverage side, right? Because you're going to be covering like who's going to win.
Yep.
And then you're also going to have to be covering like who's going to finish in these top 4 qualifying spots, because that's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like, there's going to be a bunch of players, because with 70, what is it? Is it 72? I just said it.
Plus the 8, so 80.
Yeah, so you got 80 people there. 28 of those people will be auto qualified.
Well,
that's a lot of additional people who are not auto qualified for the Tour Championship and are going to be playing for their life.
There's also some drama about like who's going to get the 26 to 28 spot though.
Great point.
Because MVP is going to have enough.
Because the double points and everything.
Exactly.
It's like definitely that's up in the air too.
You're going to be watching a lot at the bottom of the Pro Tour Championship qualification line. I mean, let's be real. Top 20, maybe even top 20, like 4 in MPO, and then top 10 to top 14 in FPO. They're done, right? They're reps. They're not falling out. They're not moving anywhere. But who gets those bottom spots? Who gets auto qualified? Going to be interesting.
At the moment, your bottom 3 in MPO are Austin Turner, Maudie Villman, and Casey White. Mason Ford, Ben Calloway, Matty O on the outside looking in. Although I guess Calloway auto qualifies, right?
He has a win
because of the win. Does Villman have a official win too? Did he auto qualify for his
he
Konopishte win?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of auto spots. I don't remember exactly how they handle all of this now.
Do they still give auto spots to winners?
I think so. As in past seasons, I'm reading the official information from the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
As in past seasons, winners of DGPT and majors who do not otherwise qualify will receive special invites.
Yeah, so
any players who qualify via this method will be added to the event as the bottom seeds, but will not displace other qualified players.
Boo. Boo.
I get it though. So what that means is that your last in then are Vino, Austin Turner, Casey White, with Mason Ford, Matteo, Cole Radalin as your first 3 out in MPO.
Okay.
But you've got a bunch of good players like, I don't know, Alden Harris, Yuli, Silas Schultz, Robert Burridge, Kevin Jones, Daniel Davidson, if he decides that he's trying to make a push. A bunch of European guys who all like theoretically could pop off in playoffs and either make their way into the top 28 or
win a spot MVP.
Win a spot MVP, exactly. So then FPO current last in, Henna, Katrina, Madison Walker. Last out, Sophia Donachie, Ida Letomaki, Lisa Fakis.
It would be criminal if Ida Letomaki can't. I mean, I don't think she actually can come play.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if she'd stay over for the 2.
I want to say, was she somebody? No, I think it was Julia Force who did a fundraiser to come over for Throw Pink.
Okay.
I believe that was Julia Force.
Well, I know Ida has traditionally played.
Is coming to Throw Pink.
Yeah, I would say she's traditionally played Throw Pink, so I would expect her here again.
She's registered. So
I do want to mention, and I have to go back and listen when we're talking about this format. I'm pretty sure that Charlie, I'm pretty sure that you and I like got so sick of the bad formats that we said just make it just do like give them strokes like the PGA Tour. And so I'm very well aware that we're kind of like changing our tune here.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's because we've yet to see something that we're, super like that makes it feel impactful. And I think that point is like it should quit trying to feel like a pseudo major. And it can feel important, but it needs to feel important as I love the idea and I love the impact that the playoffs are having, GMC to MVP to Pro Tour Championship. And, here's what I would recommend with instead of even season bonuses, I want you to take all that money you got for the Pro Tour Championship. I want you to allocate more of it to GMC and to MVP. And then I want top 50 and top 30. And then I want top 25 and I want top 15. And then I want top 12 and top 8. And I want a brutally...
You want it to be like way more playoffy.
I want it to be a playoff. And I want it to be a three tournament playoff. And make it brutally hard. And use all that extra cash to supplement the purses of those events. Because they don't have the back end. And heck, here's the other thing. If you really want like if you want to let other players play that event, great. They just don't matter, right? Like you have the top 50 competitors. I still think it's more interesting that they are playing, but you have the top 50 and you have a leaderboard that just tracks them, for example. That fine.
Yeah.
So be it, right? If we have to have them play. But
my last thing here, not playoff specific, but more about like tour and
sure
making it interesting for fans. Exclusive report from the Wall Street Journal that Tiger Woods will be leading a new committee, quote, charged with reimagining the very basics of the PGA Tour's competitive model. Possible changes include fewer events, smaller fields, and higher stakes, all to get the game's biggest stars playing together more often, end quote. So check it out, right? One of the problems, and we've all felt this in disc golf, when we have these sort of like loosey-goose events that are sort of in the in-between of going to Europe or coming back from Europe, and the field is weak, it simply isn't as interesting. It's not. Now, this is a bigger problem for the PGA Tour because they have like, I think this article says, 36 events right now, something like that. And it's 36 events that count towards the playoffs. Yet on many weekends outside major championships, fans have little idea who's actually competing and where. Scotty Scheffler, the world number one, has competed in only 18 events this season. So people are playing half the tournaments. So this is a bigger deal for the PGA Tour.
It is.
But I think it is instructive as a looking ahead point for the Disc Golf Pro Tour about not overloading the schedule, not creating these spots where a lot of players, especially the Europeans, just want to take off a ton of time.
Yep.
And finding a way to make it so that we're getting the best players together at events as often as possible and giving people time to breathe in between those events so that we can care about the events that happen and we want to watch and we want to go out and attend the tournament, all that stuff. So it's a fine balance. But I think it's something that the Disc Golf Pro Tour needs to be following closely.
Agreed. Last thing that's on the Pro Tour Championship that did not have a good fitting spot, but I wanted to say really quick. I'm not saying this is likely, but in 5 years, if Ricky hasn't won again, we're going to look back at the Pro Tour Championship where Gannon literally put Ricky in the ground and ended his career.
Oh my God.
He has come off like he gets devastated by Gannon. He is having and listen,
it's like the meme that was posted by like PDGA Rodman with Gannon doing the peace sign over the Prodigy grave that was then in the lawsuit.
It's now Gannon standing over Ricky where he just buries him at the Pro Tour Championship, and like Rick has not been the same since then, man.
It's hard to argue with that. He's clearly like been noticeably worse this season.
Now I am not going to say like I'm that this will be funny in hindsight if this is still true in a year or two. I do not expect that to necessarily be the case.
No.
Ricky's still having a good season, right? He's fifth in the Pro Tour standings. He's only 100 points behind the leader who he can reasonably catch.
And we're getting into a stretch of the tour where he has historically played really, really well.
That is true. I was not worried about Ricky until I saw him at Ledgestone. Now I'm worried about Ricky.
I hear you. We'll see.
Yeah.
A lot of players kind of going through it right now. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to catch you up on Ledgestone Pursewatch, and then we're going to get into Idlewild. We're going to make our picks. We're going to review last time's picks, and we're rocking and rolling into the weekend. Stay with us. It's the Upshot. The Upshot is presented by Pound Disc Golf, makers of the best bags in the sport. Well, if you didn't already hear, brand new ambassador colorways of the new Octodorp for 2025 are available now. A couple already sold out, so do not wait. Casey White Kevin Jones, Joey Buckets, and Ella Hansen have their bags up for sale still. It's available right now at pounddiscgolf.com. Welcome back to the Upshot. All right, Ledgestone Pursewatch. We ran out of time yesterday, so we're getting into it today. Josh, how was the mega payouts this year?
You know, it's still Ledgestone, that's for sure. $104,800 to MPO, $44,521 to FPO for a grand total of $149,321. I am shocked that they didn't go find $679 to bump that to 150 clean even. Shocked. Anyway, I wonder how much they've already juiced it. It was a field size of 204, which puts them at $732 per player. That is highest outside of the majors.
Yes.
Which is
it's above the Portland Open as a plus event.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few events that have eclipsed $700 per person.
Well, Portland's the only non-major that did it.
Part of Ledgestone's purse size is that they have more players than most other tournaments. Like most tournaments are coming in around 150, 160 players, and it's over 200 in the pro fields for Ledgestone, but they still add more cash.
Right. Yes.
And so 3% higher than last year.
Yep.
Finding a way to bump it up.
It's impressive. It is really impressive. Own taking home $9,000, Gannon taking home $15,000. That is the third best payout for FPO behind only Worlds and Champions Cup over on the MPO side. Same story. Worlds and Champions Cup, the only two to beat it out. So nice paydays for the winners there for sure. I said own for $9,000. Valerie Mondahano $9,000. Not own.
Own $15K for Worlds.
Correct.
But perhaps you're just thinking about the fact that Own Scoggins is going to be the favorite to repeat at Idlewild, given the form that she is in right now and the fact that she won here last year.
Definitely what it was.
So Idlewild, I mean, we kind of know what we got here. Like, This is the course. It literally isn't changing for MPO. I think they changed a couple small things for FPO. I guess they shortened the course by about 300 feet. Par's not changing. So they trimmed holes 3 and 10. There was only one birdie on hole 3 last year. There were no birdies on hole 10. So like these are just obvious changes to make. It's, still an iconic course. You got the retaining walls, you got the water hazards, you got just like some epic wood shots. And it's anyone's to win. I mean, the preview up from Justin Westfall over on Ulti World Disc Golf that you can go read right now, like highlights a lot of different guys who maybe could win this weekend. How about Ezra Robinson? What about, some of the guys that haven't won yet on tour, like Evan Smith, Sullivan Tipton, Austin Turner, Aaron Gossage.
I'll say Goose.
I like Andrew Marweed.
Oh, okay.
He's playing great this season. He's ready. He's ready. I think he just top 10 Ledgestone, right?
I think so. We pick Andrew Marweed regularly for Idlewild. I mean, he's one that we go back to because it's a course that sets up well for him. On that preview article, Charlie, you will note if you go take a look at this, there have been 8 unique winners over the past 8 years. We have not had a repeat winner since 2017 over on the MPO side. And since 2020, we have not had a repeat winner on the FPO side either.
Can you just give us the winners since 2021?
Sure.
Just rattle them off for us.
2021?
Yeah, 2021 and forward.
Okay. You've got Kyle Klein, Isaac Robinson, Gannon Burr, Joey Buckets.
Isaac had a chance to win last year, and then he blew himself up on that one hole.
Right. On FPO, Paige Pierce, Katrina Allen, Valerie Mondahano, Owen Scoggins.
Love Owen's chances this weekend. She was for sure the best player at Northwood last week in FPO. She's played great here before. I think she's kind of the heavy favorite. It's like Kristen-esque favorite right now.
Yeah.
On the MPO side, I have no idea who's going to win.
take your pick. Like it's definitely hard. Yeah, that's a hard one to pick. I don't even know, man. It's and the thing is like, if you have, I think all of the holes are birdieable for MPO, and like pretty right, like reasonable birdies as well, including with like an eagle opportunity. And so if you have a double bogey somewhere, you can really run into some troubles for yourself. But like it's woods, so like that's going to happen. I want to see what the scores were for last year. So 28 down with a 10 down final round. I mean, that's averaging nearly double digits per round.
Yeah, you got to shoot right around 10 down per round
to win. And so like hitting a bad, if you have like a bad stretch, couple of holes where you're just off the mark, that really can take you out of the tournament really quick.
Yeah. But I mean, even Joey Buckets, who won, he had 3 bogeys last year. So you're
in the final round?
No, total. He didn't have any in the final round.
See, that's not that many bogeys for a wooded course, though.
True.
Right, and so that's the point. Like you get 2 to 3 bogeys in a round, and you could be in big trouble. And so I think that contributes to the variety of winners that we have had.
Yeah. Always enjoy this one. I was on a call last year. Really super fun tournament to call. It's just like, I don't know, it's just fun disc golf to watch. This Idlewild is where Isaac Robinson, your favorite quote from Macbeth, right? No one was going to beat him. It was impossible. This was his first win on tour.
Yeah, he said like if I, like when Isaac played at that level or playing at that level, it didn't matter what anybody did. No one can ever catch him.
All right, let's take a quick look back at our picks from Ledgestone. Josh kicked my butt last week. He had Gannon and Kyle Klein. For some reason, I didn't pick Gannon. I don't know what I was thinking. We both did well to pick Haley King, who gave us 5 points a pop. And you had Owen and Missy Gannon, so you did pretty well over there. So 21 points for Josh. I only scored 9 3/4.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luke, who had Missy, Haley, and then Val, who was like an absolute must to have on your podium. He scored 13 3/4 points to lead the way in FPO. And Luke, doubling it up, he also wins the picks in MPO this week. Chris Dickerson, Kyle Klein, Gannon Burr in his picks. So he gets 11.5, just edging out you, Josh. You were in second this week in the picks.
All right.
Yeah, not bad.
Listen, Ledgestone comes around, and it's just like something happens, man. There's something about it.
Josiah is still in the overall lead. He has a 2-point lead over Drooper, 463.25 to 461.25. So it's going to be a battle down the stretch here. There's a lot of people still within striking distance. Unfortunately, we are not really in striking distance. It's not me. No, you're getting cooked.
I'm cooked. I am excited for the.
I mean, you're just like very average.
Right.
You're in 48th. I'm in 35th.
I'm not that far. I could catch you though.
We are still battling each other for sure.
Yes, you and I are still in decision.
I have a 40-point cushion, but we've still got we've got a major in front of us.
We've got a major, yes. I am excited for like monthly contests next year. I think that's going to be a blast.
And I think there should be an extra bonus. Like if you do the best picks in both FPO and MPO in a given week, then you should like get a bonus for that too.
Sure.
But we're gonna change up a bunch of stuff about the picks. But you can get started making your own picks and start to get into the rhythm. Just go to discgolf.ultraworld.com/upshot-picks and sign up for a subscription and join us in the picks every single week. It's a lot of fun, and it's like the new style is much easier to get on board with, I think.
Oh, it's such an improvement.
All right, Josh, let's see. We got to make our picks for Idlewild. So why don't you take it away in FPO?
All right. Over an FPO, the land of who knows who's going to win. I'm going to take favorite own Scoggins. Like I feels like a must pick right now. You have to take own at this event. It's still the light field. Where do I want to go after that? After that, I want.
It is impossible to make picks.
I don't even know.
The top 5 last year were Own, Natalie Ryan,
this isn't
Sarah
helpful.
Hokum, Morgan Linds, and Alexis Mondano.
Not helpful at all. Yeah. Okay. I am going to take Cadence Burge as my second pick.
Love that.
Bounce back week for her. And then I want Mondahano, but not Val. I want Alexis.
Okay.
And the thing I'm going to confirm really quick, Alexis had a pretty decent start to Ledgestone as well. Played well here last year. And it's not that I think she's going to beat Val per se. It's that Alexis Mondahano is 32nd and is a 5Xer.
Correct.
And Valerie Mondahano is a 2Xer.
She's a 1.5Xer.
1.5Xer. Oh, yeah. So give me Alexis to top 10 and going for a little bit of points there, which doesn't usually work out, but I'm doing it anyway.
What the hell am I going to do? Give me Own, first of all.
Yeah.
Who I just think is going to win.
Right.
Give me Hannah Wynn, 2Xer.
Okay.
And give me Cat Merch,
Okay.
1.5X.
Yeah. Played well.
Okay. On the MPO side, I must pick Gannon. It is not an option to not pick Gannon. I am an idiot for not picking him last week. I have no choice.
Cannot believe you didn't pick him last week.
Give me Isaac Robinson, who just simply loves this course and could win. Give me Marweed. I've been ride or die with Marweed. He gave me points last time.
Yeah.
And this is an even better spot for him. He's podiumed here twice in the last 5 years.
It's a good pick.
He's got a great spot to win.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. My MPO picks, give me Gannon because I'm not getting off of that train anytime soon. Give me Heimberg. He had a chance to win here last year, if not for Joey Bucket's heroics. And I also want Robinson, but if the joke wasn't old yet, it will be now. I want the other Robinson. I want Ezra. I'm picking the other sibling this week. I'm not taking world champ Isaac Robinson. I'm not taking winner Valerie Mondahano. I want Alexis and Ezra. Ezra, second place here last year, and is coming off of the win at Turku very recently. And so, yeah, I want Ezra to beat Isaac this weekend and give me some points.
All right.
I gotta beat you. I can't match up points like people
yeah,
with you anymore.
you just have to go for the variance.
I have to go. I have to deviate. So that's my deviation.
All right. Well, it all starts tomorrow. There's also match play today. Let me check the PGA Live.
By the time this comes out,
match play. No, I think there's still some more at MVP. Right.
I think they're trying to wrap up a few because of like the misscheduling.
Isaac versus Calvin. Joey Buckets versus Simon. Luke Humphreys versus Gannon. And Chris Dickerson versus AB in MPO. In FPO, it's already underway. So, hey, get over there. Let's get this stream up. Rebecca Cox versus Madison Walker. Cox currently leading 2 holes to 1. Kat Merch and Ellie Ezra Midling. Katrina Allen and Owen Scoggins. So that's your matchups in Idlewild match play. I'm going to be honest with you, Josh. I got no idea what even any of this means right now. I should try to catch up. Maybe I'll take a look at the standings because I just don't know what's going on.
Wasn't there was like a weather problem or some sort of scheduling problem that kind of broke it at the beginning, and I've just never been able to get back and like I feel like I'm always and just consistently behind now because of it.
I'm looking at the standings. Gannon and Chris each have 3 points. AB and Luke Humphreys have 0 in that group. Matteo and Ricky with 3. Ezra, Aderhold, and Paul Macbeth with 0. Hamas and Antela with 3. Ezra Robinson and James Proctor with 0. And then Simon Lazat has 3. Joey Buckets and Isaac Robinson each have 1 from a tie. And Calvin has 0. And then, look, I'm just going to let people go look this up. I mean, I can't even retain it. And you're trying to listen to me on a podcast talk about it. There's still too much like left for it to like feel like it matters that much yet.
DGPT.com/match play. If you want to
GMC, by the way, is the last match play event before they make the cut into the match play championship, which I am looking forward to. I will say
I am too. I am looking forward to the championship.
That's Charlotte in November.
Okay.
And like that's a great event for the tour to come back to Charlotte for. Because it's far enough away. It's almost a month after USDGC. The season is over, and we just get to lock in on like a fun alternate event. Before we all go into the holidays.
Great call. Yeah.
All right, Josh. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to everybody on Sunday with the Rapid Reacts. And hey, folks, UFA Championship weekend. If you didn't get enough Ultimate Frisbee in your life during the World Games, now's a chance to watch the UFA Championship weekend. Josh, the Salt Lake Shred are in the semifinals.
I should have been wearing my Shred hat.
Yeah, you messed up.
I messed up. Go Shred. I knew they were in the championship. They beat Oakland in a nail biter. So
they did. They did.
Listen, so the UFA makes it so easy to follow my team, and I appreciate that.
The games for those who are interested are Friday, so tomorrow night, starting at 6 Eastern, is the Salt Lake versus Boston game, and then Atlanta plays Minnesota at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it's kind of a nice little flow. If you're just chilling on your Friday, you watch a little disc golf, then you watch a little Ultimate, and then the championship game is at 5 Eastern on Saturday.
All right, it'll be fun.
No, sorry, I think it's actually at 7 or 8 Eastern. There's an all-star. There's a women's pro all-star game that's at 5 Eastern. So, yeah, I'll be in Madison. That's why I'm rocking the flamingos. Crazy fact: Madison City bird is the pink lawn flamingo. I don't know why, but that is true. Josh, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Sunday.
Sounds good. Talk to you Sunday.
Bye, everybody.